want to try journaling. I've tried journaling like a billion times. You know, when you go like through a phase of you're gonna write down everything about your life, like every heartbreak, every depressing moment kind of thing. Like I went through that around COVID. I was never really successful at keeping a journal. And by that I mean like I couldn't make it a habit. So in here, I have journals from the past. This is from 2023. And there's always a theme with me in journaling. I have an entry from January 4th, January 5th, January 9th, January 11th, okay, a little bit consistent, January 14th, February 2nd, and then there's a huge gap, and it looks like I kind of just gave up. So, I want to try again, but I want to try and do it every day for 2 weeks, because for 1 week sounds too easy. Saying that now is like, oh, I'm gonna fuck up. If I can only do 1 week, then I do 1 week. If I can do 2 weeks, I'm aiming for 2 weeks. So, I want to try journaling. But what do I mean by journaling? What the hell is journaling? Maybe that's why I could never journal, because I never figured out what journaling was. So, what do I do? So what should I journal about? A lot of people journal about their habits. Are you drinking enough water? Are you working out? Are you eating healthy? I used to have a habit tracker. Again, like most of my habits, they didn't last very long. Probably because they weren't really helping. Like, they didn't make me make new decisions. They rather just reminded me of sometimes the bad decisions that I was making. And I didn't really want to be reminded of those kinds of things, so I stopped doing it. Another thing people journal about is, like I mentioned earlier, their everyday experiences, their hardships, what they go through during the day that they want to vent about. There's something called a brain dump that people like to do, where they just release all of their troubles and their thoughts onto paper, and they try not to worry about punctuation or grammar. People also really love bullet journals. I feel like that was way bigger back in the day. People don't bullet journal like they used to bullet journal. I attempted that too, as someone who tried to look like a perfectionist who really wasn't. I wanted to bullet journal, but it's another one of those things where you try to fit yourself in a box. But yeah, I'm not good at bullet journaling, so I'm not gonna do that either. What else is there? I think it would help me to go back in time to the first Thanksgiving ever, to take turkeys off the menu, and look at some old journals and decide what worked and what didn't work. We start off with an entry of new films I saw in 2023, starting off with the absolute banger, Puss in Boots 2, aka, oh my god, what is it called? I don't remember, but I gave it 5 stars, obviously. So I guess I was doing kind of like a Letterboxd, but on paper situation. But I only had 8 entries in here, and I watched like 50 movies that year, so I also have a to be read list. Merchant of Venice, still haven't read. Othello, still haven't read. The Taming of the Shrew, wow. January 11th, 2023, finished first audition. It was alright. I need more experience and practice, so that's the exciting part of this semester. Acting, dancing, movement, stage combat, It's going to make me a well-rounded actor. Here's another movies I've watched list. The Ghibli movies, my bad. What's going to keep me coming back to this is having fun with it. Because I don't want to dread talking about my dread, you know? I want to be like, ooh, I'm so excited to journal tonight because, I get to talk about something fun, you know? Is anything fun in here? My favorite part about journaling are the stickers. Let's see if I have any fun stickers. Oh, I know I do. Maybe I could add stickers as a achievement, you know? You know, like in video games when they, like, put stickers? Oh, like in Mario and Sonic Winter Olympics, they used to put stickers on the thing when you won. I don't even remember, it was so long ago. I think what I'm going to do is try new methods every single day. Rather than trying to stick to a script, like a pattern, a planning method, I'm going to just do whatever I feel like each day. So, today, what do I feel like? So, did I complete 14 days of journaling? Survey says, no, I did not. I did 9 days of journaling, and then I gave up. So let's talk about what I wrote about in those 9 days, and why, eventually, I forfeited the game. First journal was fun. Some little stickers of BTS, my faves. Just saying what I wanted to do. Pretty simple. It was just kind of trying to get it out of the way. That's what it looks like to me. It was like, here's a freebie. Second day, daily goals, also pretty boring. Working out, drinking water, protein, yada yada. Like, good for me. But I don't know if this is something I need to write down. Maybe. Journal 3 was, I wrote about, things I was excited to do. I did work out a little bit. Oh, I guess I also talked about, some issues I was having that day. And so this one was more like a rant style entry. Journal 4. I wrote down food. I guess I was really hungry because I wrote down things I wanted to buy at the grocery store for future recipes. And then I also said that I really wanted popcorn with loads of butter on it. So, and then I made, this was kind of a two-parter. I have 2 pages here. Yay me. I guess, I don't know. I made a mood board for acting, for my career, about things that I wanted to do for the future. I wanted a new headshot, which I got. That I want to take film acting classes in the future. That I want to, sing and dance more often, etc., etc. Journal 5 was a busy one. Not because I wrote a lot, but because it was an intense write. It was Oscars Day. Sinners. Motion picture. Yay us. No, that didn't happen. Okay, that didn't happen. And I'm still pissed about it, and I could make an entire video about how I'm pissed about that, but Jessie Buckley won. I love Jessie Buckley. Anyways, yada yada, that I don't like that one movie. I'm not gonna get into it. Journal 6. I am not in the mood. It's 2 a.m. I'm running from myself. That's what it says on here. Slowly losing it. Journal 7. I wrote a lot because I had a lot to do that day. It was mostly a to-do list. journal 8. Another to-do list, because I was still busy as hell. And I was on my period. So it was really getting to the point where I was like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to write anymore. And then the final journal. I was incredibly angry. I said, I was so exhausted today. I need to sleep soon. I need some better sleep routine. And then I tried to write out a routine for the next day. I don't know. Oh, and then I ranted about someone I didn't like. And that was the end. Let's talk about why it didn't work. Again. For like the millionth time, it didn't work. 1. I had nothing fun to write about. I was not only in a bad mood that week, but everything I wrote about was productivity rather than fun. The most fun that I wrote about was the Oscars, and that was nothing of fun, except for when Sinners was on my mind, but there was like nothing like that I like felt like I could write about that was like accomplishing. Rather, it was just like work. It was like more work that I had to do. It was like, oh, don't forget to journal tonight to be like more productive. Like, you know, so you don't forget like what workouts you want to do or like what you want to like do tomorrow. So I didn't like that. Number 2, I couldn't find the time to do it. I was kind of scrambling. It was always happening late at night, and that's my issue, but I'm also a night owl. I'm filming this at like almost 1 a.m. I can't help it. But I wish I could help it, is the issue. And I thought, maybe this will help. Maybe I'll want to wake up early and journal in the morning and look at the sun and drink my coffee and have a cardigan around me. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. And 3, it just feels unnatural to pull out something that I don't always have on me. It's like this big book, and you know the thing is, I even bought a really beautiful cover, and not just specifically for this video. I've had this for like 3 years, and I just really like the cover, and I was like, oh, that's gonna make me want to write in it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me want to write in it. So what will? Nothing. The point of this video, I'm not gonna journal, and it's not for me, and I won't make it be for me, because sometimes the aesthetic just isn't worth it. It's not worth the trying to fit yourself into something that you are not, and I am not a journaler. Maybe in the future, when I'm old and gray, I'll be like, oh, I wish I would have written every second of my life so I knew what I was doing. May 16th, 2026. Oh well, future me, right? Me right now? Me right now doesn't give a damn. So, journaling wasn't for me. The end.